Hey there, everyone. It's Dr. Tharp, and I am here for another night where I give you tips on how you can work on controlling your blood sugars. I'm switching it up a bit tonight. I do take a walk every evening, most evenings, anyways. And that's how I work on my blood sugar. So, as you can see, not only am I a doctor, but I'm also working on myself and working on reversing and keeping away, insulin resistance. So I wanted to do something really brief, but something that you could effectively use in your day to day life. And so that is what I call the first bite hack. So, I always talk about the plate and what you can do, how you can structure your plate so that it's blood sugar friendly, but in the case to prevent those, bothersome blood sugar spikes, the sugar spikes that have you anxious, the blood sugar spikes that have your neuropathy acting up, the blood sugar spikes that are silently damaging your kidneys, your heart, your brain. So, this is how you can work on getting those numbers, preventing those blood sugar spikes, and prevent those numbers from getting too high. So the first bite hack, I say you have your plate. I always talk about protein, carbs, which also includes veggies, and your good fats. And we can't forget fiber as well. So on your plate, you want to focus on protein and you want to focus on vegetables, specifically low carb vegetables. About leafy green vegetables. Think about a squash like spaghetti squash. So vegetables that are leafy, green, water laden vegetables. So I call them the low carb veggies, and that's how it's laid out in my nutritional plan. And so you want to focus on when you're building your plate, focus on having those on your plate first. And then, then you can have a complex carbohydrate, maybe a little bit of brown rice on the side. You can have some sweet potato on the side. You definitely want to have a complex carb if you are going to have a carb on your plate. And the reason for that is those, again, are slow absorbing. So you don't get the high sugar spikes with those complex carbs. Now, when you are actually eating, digging into your plate, you want to focus on getting the protein and the vegetable in first. And then you can, once you've gotten those in, then you can, eat a little bit of your carbohydrates. What you'll find is that the protein and the veggies are so high in fiber, they keep you full. And that way, you don't really go too much into the carbohydrate side, into the heavy carbohydrate side. And then after you do that, you're going to go for a walk. So that's what I'm doing now. So, for example, the dinner I just had was my usual. So I had kale, I had half of an avocado, the small avocado, and then I had my ground turkey, and it's one of those staples in my diet. And as you can see, the leafy green there and the fiber is the kale. The kale also gives me lots of other nutrients, by the way, micronutrients. The protein is that ground turkey. And something to keep in mind again, everybody's different. Everybody requires a different amount of protein. So remember that. It's very hard for me to tell you exactly how much protein you should be eating. I would really have to sit down one on one with you to tell you that. But you want a good starting point is to have at least 30 grams of protein on your plate um, with every meal. And something else I also encourage is make sure that you're eating at least 3 meals for the day. So, those are just some initial steps that you can take to, initial steps, initial ways that you can structure your plate so that you can drive those blood sugars down. It's very blood sugar friendly. Now, if you need that extra help, okay, if you need that one on one, if you're ready to really control your blood sugars, but also reverse the disease in a sustainable way forever and ever, then that is where I advise getting that one on one help so you know exactly what your body needs. You can make sustainable changes. And when I say sustainable changes, intermittent fasting is not it. Fasting for 16 hours a day is not sustainable. Okay. Eating one meal a day is not sustainable. It's destroying your body, if anything. So, if you are looking for a better way, you're feeling stuck, then that is where I come in. Now, I hope I've inspired you to take a walk. Go ahead, take a walk. Everybody has a different starting point. You know, a 15-minute walk is a good starting point. For me, I go a little bit longer, but when I first started, that's where I started as well. And over time, you'll build it up. And as you see your blood sugars respond to that hack, the hack I talked about, the first bite hack and the walk, you're going to be even more motivated and it's going to become a daily routine for you. So, with that, I am going to close off. But something I would love is, send me any questions, any comments. Let me know what you're struggling with. And I can do a video about that to hopefully help you out. Um, if you want to book that one on one call, if you want to access a free meal plan that I've built especially for you, then go ahead and click the link in my bio and you'll see you can book a call, you can access that free meal plan. All right, guys. So, with that, I'm going to close off. I hope you're having a good weekend and make it an active weekend. All right. Bye bye.